Hi everyone, now we are going to present our group testing project on Youtube-dlp, an open source command line tool for downloading videos from YouTube and other platforms. We chose this project because it's actively maintained, written in Python and well used. Our goal was to test its functionality, stability, and user experience. For the testing strategy, we applied a hybrid testing strategy: white box testing to check internal logic and source code, black box testing to simulate user behavior, and gray box testing for integration between models. For example, we use Python's unit test to test internal file like test YouTube signature.py, which ensures that video signature is passed correctly. We also tested installation on Windows to make sure users can set it up easily. For gray box testing, we focus on how different components interact, like in test http.py, which checked HTTP response handling. Then when we talk about the testing design, we designed 10 functional and 10 non-functional test cases. Functional tests included downloading videos with different URLs and format. Non-functional tests focus on performance and accessibility. For example, whether it works with only keyboard input or screen readers. One specific test we created was test empty cookie jar load. It checks that the cookie jar is empty before use, which prevents potential security issues. Some tests were automated, others were manual, especially those related to usability and installation. So through the test, we should learn how to test real-world open source tools, how to apply different testing techniques and focus on high-risk areas, and how testing adds value by improving software quality and user trust.
And now I will talk about the testing environment and tools we used in our project. Also, I will give a pretty quick overview about the existing tests. So on this page, we can see the testing environment we used include Intel i7-12700H hardware with a 16 GB RAM and 512 GB SSD. Running on Windows 11, which is the standard for most computers nowadays. And we also created a Python 3.8 virtual environment for testing using the vnem module. And all the command line tests were done using the PowerShell, depending on the platform. And for the network-related tests, we used a local HTTP server. This helps us to simulate downloads and other internet behavior without depending on an actual external connection. And hybrid approach were used to test this. Next, I will briefly mention the existing tests that are already included in the Youtube-dlp project. And this project comes with a large set of unit tests, all located in the /test folder. For example, we have the test YouTube -py to check if the video URL are correctly handled. We have this utils test the file name sanitizing, path handling, and other helper functions. We have the proxy to check the proxy server if it's working properly. And this signature is to verify signature extraction, which is crucial for the video downloads. And this text download py is just to ensure videos are downloaded correctly using different extractors. And there are more than 30 different text files. They cover basically everything from cookie handle to subtitle freezing, networking encryption, and even plugin loading.
We conduct a total of 21 tests on the software to ensure its functional correctness, performance, robustness, and real-world usability. These tests were grouped into 3 categories: functional, non-functional, and other validation tests. First, we can talk about functional tests. These are white box unit tests based on the original test files from the GitHub repository. We run each test file individually using idle and judge the result based on whether the script completed with an OK message or failed due to exceptions. Models tests include a URL and playlist extraction, and age restriction handling, subtitle parsing, verbose output security, utility functions like file name, sanitization, and data range parsing, file overwriting, and config loading. The results are 7 of them passed. Core features like URL extraction, config handling, and file overwrite worked as expected, and 3 of them failed. Problems appeared in the playlist extraction logic, subtitles format handling, and utility function age cases. Next, we can talk non-functional test. We also run black box test using the pre-compiled Youtube-dlp exception release to evaluate how the software behaves under practical conditions. Test features include installation, startup time, CPU or memory and disk usage, resource cleanup, proxy support, and error handling robustness, cross-platform compatibility. The results are all non-functional tests passed. It behaves well. Also, we have writing test. We write this test as a unit test. You can try it in the idle, and the result is pass. Okay. These are details about functional test cases. I'll talk about one by one. The first is test YouTube music.python, their file. It's white box test, and the result is pass. It's unit test to make sure the extractor can extract different URLs. And the next, the result is failed. It's a unit test for automatically generating mixed playlist, and the playlist extraction in flight mode and the exception handling for channels without uploads. The third one, also white box test. The result is pass. It's a unit test to make sure the username and password will be hidden. And next, pass. It's a unit test to verify the age limit can work normally. And the fifth one, the result is failed. It's a unit test for time convert, sanitize, file name, IDs, path, expand path, preponed extensions, subtitles, file name, order site, data range, and so on. The next one, pass. Is unit test to ensure the extractor to provide nitric mic high. The seventh one, the result is pass. It verifies that username and password values are properly marked as private. And next, failed. It's unit test to test the platform from feed subtitles, democracy, no subtitles, and all kinds of format. And the next pass is a unit test to whether the download file is overwritten correctly. The last functional test is pass. It's a unit test for unit loading order, test solution, and environment variables control. And next, we talk about non-functional tests. They are software installation is the base of the test, and the download speed. It downloads successfully. and the speed is very fast. The CPU usage test. The CPU usage remains within acceptable limits without causing. And next, memory usage test. The memory usage is stable and does not increase continuously. The disk space usage test. The disk space is used appropriately. Temporary files are deleted after completion. And error handling robustness. Software provides clear error message and recovers or exists gracefully. And the seventh of test is proxy support test. The download succeeds through proxy, no connection errors. The next one, cross-platform compatibility. The software performs consistently across platforms. And startup time. The startup time is within acceptable limits. We set at 5 seconds. And resource cleanup. No resource leaks. System resources are freed properly. So, in conclusion, functionally, most core features are stable, though a few edge case tests failed and may require fix. Non-functionally, the tool is lightweight, efficient, and robust in real usage. Overall, the software performs reliably and is ready for daily use.
From my partner's introduction, we found three tests had with the bugs. The first test is the functional test 2. The bug is about the test Youtube-dlp fails to handle the playlist extraction in the float models for the channel without upload. And it shows the incomplete error handling in float the model playlist generation. The second test is the functional test file. The test until .py fails storing field names, sanitization, and path inspection. It shows the personal cross-platform compatibility issues. And the third is the functional test 8. The test subtitle.py fails to the parsing certain subtitle format. It relates to the encoding or format a specific edge case. Okay, and next about the risk report. And the pure functional all passed the test, but also has some bugs like the playlist extraction in the functional test 2 and the subtitle parsing make rest in some specific using condition in the functional 8, and also has some the personal cross-platform compatibility issues about the functional 5. But all tests were passed in the non-functional test, so we get some the improvement points. For the software, we suggest fix the playlist handling and subtitle processing, and make the field path tools work the same way on all computer types. And add the automatic resource when internet connection failed. And for the testing, we suggest do more real-life scanner test and test what happened when more than 100 people download videos at the same time, and probably test for the screen readers and the keyboard only used. In conclusions, we answered the 3 main questions for our project. The first is, what is the overall state of the project? And the testing project is comprehensive evolution of the open source video download tools, the YouTube-dlp. And through the functional and non-functional testing, we have got a deeper understanding of the software strengths and the limitations, as well as how to conduct the rigorous testing and to ensure the realization of its functions. And the test result shows that it is an extremely powerful tool, performing excellently in its core function of the video downloading, and it's ready for the production using in all scenarios. But there is also have some issues that need to be resolved before it's optional released. The second question is how was all groups testing? And during our testing, we found three main bugs: that playlist extraction for channel without upload, and the subtitle parsing for the center format, and cross-platform path handling. These issues do not affect the realization of its core function so much, but they limit the software's functionality in specific scenarios, which may lead a pure user's experience for users. But in the non-functional testing, due to the limitation of all groups' testing conditions, our group cannot fully test the tools in high load or the complex network environment. So it performed well in the normal operation with the stable CPU and memory using and reasonable resource cleanup. The last question is, what is the improve would still be needed? So we recommend that the discovered bugs be fixed immediately, and we reported to the developers on the forum at once. The development teams should improve the cross-platform compatibility about the software and pay attention to deal with the issue related to playlist processing and subtitle support, which can improve the user's experience. So in conclusion, the Youtube-dlp is a mature and effective tool. By making targeted improvement to address the discovery issues, it has the potential to become a more reliable and feature-rich video download solution. It shows the importance of the software testing in software development and maintenance, which can make sure the stable of software in production. Okay, that's all. Thank you. The next video shows our group how test the software.
The functional and compatibility testing of YouTube was conducted. The primary objectives were to validate core functionality, installation stability, and cross-platform compatibility. Testing with the stable core download capabilities, but identified challenges and environment configuration issues requiring attention. The system is Windows 11. Python is 3.8.10. Testing environment is the virtual environment. The testing action workflow, environment validation, core functionality testing, error handling, verification, cross-platform compatibility checks. The virtual environment creation is passed, and environment successfully. The package installation is passed, dependencies resolved without errors. Started video download passed, and the links compatibility is passed. Now the testing is downloading this video, and after that we will look at the else. Now we can see that the average download speed, the CPU, and the memory footprint, and the startup time. Okay. The only drawback is the cookie validation mechanism of the Windows platform requires manual intervention. Okay, that's the type thing.